All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a brand new episode of With a Side of Chaos. My name is Patricio, aka Rocky, and I apologize to any and everybody watching the live stream. We bumped the show multiple times because of technical issues on my part, not Maxine, because Maxine is perfect in her 100% world. It was all me. It was all me on my part. But yes, welcome to a brand new episode. I am sitting down here on location at Maxine's on Shine in beautiful, would this be considered the Mills area or the downtown area?
It absolutely is Mills 50.
Mills 50.
It goes down 1792. People think it stops at Colonial, but it does not. It actually crosses over Colonial and goes all the way down to Ridgewood, which is 4 more blocks down.
Oh, okay.
And then Thornton Park meets it at Ridgewood. So often people think, though, that Thornton Park goes to Colonial, Mills 50 stops at Colonial, so people get confused.
I got confused just by your explanation, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, I am sitting down with the beautiful, I was trying to come up with an arrangement of words yesterday when I was coming up with the description for today's episode.
Okay.
And there weren't enough words or the proper words to just describe how amazing you are, Maxine.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
But I am joined by the owner of Maxine's on Shine. Maxine, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for allowing this to happen. I know this was a few weeks in the works. All shout out to Boris because he was the one who introduced us.
Yes.
He was the one who brought me out here. He was the one like, hey, you got to sit down with Maxine. She is amazing. She will blow your world. I'm like,
oh dear.
I trust
high expectations.
I trust your judgment. I trust Boris's judgment, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, Boris is a business partner of mine as well.
He did mention that, and
Yeah.
he was telling me in regards to the project that you guys are going to be working on.
Yes.
And we're gonna dive into that.
Okay.
But I want to talk about you in specific. And the first night that we met was actually out here on the patio.
Yes.
And I was treated to a beautiful dinner. And right now, oh my God.
Oh.
We can put that
We
right.
just got started. My husband. Oh, you're coming back.
I'll be back.
All right.
Keep on with doing what you're doing.
All right. Oh, honey, you're gonna have to describe. This is delicious.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it up on this screen right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you describe to us what we are?
No, I cannot because this is not on the menu. He's just making something special for us tonight.
Oh my
Because
God.
we close on Sunday evenings and then we reopen Wednesday. So he's taking whatever's in the kitchen and putting it together because we have to do all our ordering. We did our order. We have all coming on Wednesday tomorrow. So he's just taking. It appears to be a crab cake.
Ooh.
To me, it looks, but I don't know what he's put it on top of. But the thing about our crab cakes is, they're called Key West crab cakes.
Okay.
We often have people come down here from Baltimore, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, well let me try your crab cake," because they think
What is it about the New Englanders that think that their seafood is the bombest seafood in all
I
of
don't
the
know.
galaxy?
I don't know. It's freezing up there half the year. I mean, come on.
My attorney is from New England, and she raves about the seafood from up
Yeah,
there.
it is good. I'm not knocking anybody's seafood. I'm just saying we have damn good seafood here in the state of Florida. We got great vendors. We're very fortunate. We're just, the coast is right over there. We get lots of fresh food all the time. We're fortunate here in Florida.
And the presentation right now of this dish is amazing. It's amazing, phenomenal, and I am excited to try it. But
I will say something I'm proud of that I was taught is we are 70% crab and 30% the mix that we put together, the cake. And the way you do it is you put all the ingredients, but the crab, you put the flour and everything together, you mix that up, then you fold in the crab, and then you fry it. So that's the proper way to do it, and that's the way.
I was taught a
then
completely.
you can call it a crab cake.
I was taught a completely different way because I was the sous chef over at the Marriott for the poolside bar.
Okay.
And when we would make the crab cakes, completely different
Oh.
formula to that. But I never heard it like that. But I'm excited to try something new.
Yeah.
But here, like I said,
It's kind of going to be hard to eat and talk. I don't know. But we're going to do our best.
well, we're gonna do our best. But I do want to talk about in regards to the start of this phenomenon that is Maxine's on Shine.
Yes.
When you walk in here, there is so much art. There is so much. I will say this: your men's bathroom is the greatest bathroom this side of the Mississippi.
It's pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The fact that the outside leading into it is the door to the TARDIS.
I know.
I'm just like, That first night, I was just losing. And I'm like, I'm fanboying
But
out.
people that don't know about Doctor Who, it says police box on the outside. It freaks people out.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it's blue, and nothing else in the entire restaurant is blue. Everything's red and yellow and colorful, but this blue box. But yeah, we're big, fans of Doctor Who,
You're Whovians
sci-fi,
right
and Star Wars. I mean, you name it. We love sci-fi, and so it was kind of like what happened at our house when I moved in with my husband. He had this really cute little house, and my son and I moved in. My son was 5, and my husband met us when my son was 2. So we'd been together a few years. We moved in, and you've probably learned a little bit that I'm a little pushy. I'm not as shy. So I said to him right away, "Babe, you're right. You got to understand, you got a woman moving in here with a 5-year-old. Your whole house is about to change and your life is about to go upside down, but you can still have the bathroom," I said to him. So
Fair.
I got the rest of the house. He got the he got a bathroom that he could do whatever he want. So when we got the restaurant, and he knew, of course, I was going to be designing the restaurant, he was going to run the restaurant. We walked in, I gave him a look. He went, "Yeah, I know, I get the bathroom." And that's what he did with it, though. He did a good job.
But isn't that like the foundation of marriage? There's compromise. There's
Yes.
you take this, I take that, and we'll meet in the middle. So
Well, the best marriages compromise. The ones that don't, obviously, don't work.
you are preaching to the crowd because I deal with divorce on a daily.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember. We discussed about this.
But like let's talk about the start of this restaurant.
Yes.
Like, where did the inspiration and the idea for this establishment come?
Well, Patricio, if you had watched my 5-minute comedy
You're
segment...
you're not gonna let that
I'm
go.
giving it to him. I'm like, you didn't prepare for the interview? Because here it goes like this. My husband always wanted to have his own restaurant.
Okay.
So he came to me when we had the opportunity to purchase this and said, "Babe, what do you think?" And I said, "Babe, go for it." Because when you're the second wife, you let your husband have his dream because the first wife obviously didn't. I'm telling my jokes, babe.
Speaking about.
Yeah, there's my man.
Is it okay for the husband to walk in?
By all
Yes.
means, yeah.
Oh, you're bringing another bottle in.
Well, I thought I'd bring a little something that maybe goes along hand in
Mm.
hand.
Okay.
Right behind. Oh, she's got my seat. I think.
Yes, the dog. I'm going to say, here, Lucinda, come here.
Let
Let's
me
show
grab
everybody.
the other plate.
Here, we'll show everybody.
right back.
Yes.
This dog is so photogenic. Like the photo that you'd shown me of you and your husband, and Lucinda just on the side, just with whatever she had in her mouth.
Yeah.
So
I know we're still talking, but she's being so nice because, see, she knows this is for her. It's actually on our new menu. It's for dogs. It's pate.
So and that's
I know, I'm jumping all over the place.
you're fine. You're
Be
fine.
careful, I do that, Patricio.
The
You gotta reel me back.
So with the start of with you and Kirk getting married,
Yeah.
he wanting to open up a restaurant.
Correct.
Where did it start at that point?
Well, so then we had the opportunity to get this restaurant here in Maxine's, and then he comes to me and he says, "So, babe, what do you think about calling it Maxine's on Shine? Because Kurt's place doesn't sound as cool." And I'm all like, "Oh, geez, babe, I'm so flattered. This is part of my routine."
Okay.
Because I explained in my comedy routine.
So
I say, I'm flattered, and I think, well, of course, because I think I'm going to be hanging out at the bar at this point.
Okay.
Okay? And then he's like, "But babe, so I say, you can name it Maxine's, but you have to make sure that it's sexy, comfortable, and delicious so I can hang out
I
there."
will say it is extremely sexy, very comfortable.
That's our motto
in
here.
this restaurant, and the
Yeah.
food by itself by far is delicious.
And so he says, "Well, of course, babe, you're going to decorate it, right?" And I'm thinking, well, sure. And then a few weeks later, he's like, "Honey, I have a surprise for you. Open up your email." So do you remember like 9 years ago when you would open a photo and it would slowly download
Yeah,
a
like
little bit?
yeah.
So I open it up and I see hair, and then I see my glasses and I'm like, "Oh, it's me." And then I see this cute little note, so I'm okay with that. And then it comes to my lips and it's like this. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, babe." I'm sorry for anybody just listening. I say to my husband, "Those are blow-up doll lips. Is that how you see me?"
Oh my God.
And he says, "Babe, okay, wait a minute." And I'm like, "Okay, I gotta fix this." So then if you've seen my logo, I've got like my arm coming up, my left arm's holding a glass of wine.
You mean like this glass of
Oh,
wine?
thank you, darling.
Right.
Yes, see, I don't know if you can see that logo. I'll zoom in.
Beautiful.
Or maybe we should show the pillow in the back.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, here it is. Here it is. So I add a fork and a knife. I put the musical note, and then I realize after I fix the logo.
Oh, where's the musical note?
Right here. It's
Okay.
it's right here, the apostrophe.
Oh,
so now people know we have live
clever.
music. People know we're a restaurant and we sell wine. And then guess what? Oh no, I knocked
Oh,
out
you're.
the Yoda. Hold on. I'll be back. She's fixing the Yoda. So then we realize I am officially in the restaurant business. with my husband, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on top of each other. And not the way I would like it to be.
I was just going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Because there is no time for that in the restaurant business. So that's how it all began.
That's how it all began.
And that's when I realized, wait a minute, honey, I think he's got the camera set up.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to sit right. Yes, of course.
For you. Well, but we want you on camera too. So now that I'm in the restaurant business, what's he going to do with me? So he puts me up front, greeting guests, but we're not that busy 9 years ago. So to keep me busy, he puts me behind the bar washing glasses.
Oh.
5 hours a night. Yay! I'm in the restaurant business. I'm so excited. But I learned that the restaurant business is all about timing. So I time that it takes me 13 seconds to get from the back of the restaurant to the front door to greet my guests. I run up in my 13 seconds and I say, welcome to Maxine Sunshine. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then they look at me and they say, we've been standing here for 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Because you know how people do.
Oh, yeah.
So right away I yell at them and I tell them that they must be very hungry and that they need a drink right away and to follow my lips. All right, that's the beginning of my routine. But then he took that job away from me. And now here we are. Hi, honey. Is he on camera?
He is. Yeah. Oh, he is perfect in frame. He is perfect in frame, and the mic right there for you to pick up.
All right.
And just make sure that it is on.
Check yourself
before you whip it away for
yourself.
Sit down. I'm sorry. She started. Come here, girl. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, and it's important on the mic check in case we have to project or laugh.
Come here,
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming in clear. You're coming in loud and clear.
Yeah.
So, I was asking Maxine in regards to like the inspiration, the startup to the restaurant itself. Now, she went off right there. I want to hear from your perspective. Like, how was the evolution and the start of Maxine's?
So the evolution prior to the actual physical address happening really had been something that I think we had projected previously in our lives. And as both of us, we believe that one of the greatest blessings in life is the social grace of placing a smile on another's face.
Amen.
And so we used to have some really cool little soirees at our house. And when I met her way back in the day, she had a pillow business and she was making these beautiful pillows for interior designers. So she would lay out this beautiful seating arrangement, gathering in an environment. And back in those days, I was a wine rep.
Okay.
Here in town.
How many years were you a wine rep?
I worked for about 5 years for a distributor, and then bounced around different things,
okay,
that kind of thing. So anyway, but while we were doing it, I also love to cook. So it was great for me. You know what? I can cook. I can get the wine together. Like to have a good time. And I have this amazing woman in my life that loves to help to provide a great environment and a space for people to be able to enjoy. And so we did. And one of the surprises that she liked to bring to our get-togethers would there be 30 minutes in, you're enjoying the great, whatever it is, food and the beautiful wine from Loire or whatever it was that we're having for the night. Then there'd be a knock on the door.
Okay.
Everybody's like, what? Somebody late? No, because we don't see any other pillows, right? That kind of thing. Go over and knock to the door, and it would be maybe a flamenco guitarist. It may be a flautist, that kind of thing. So she would. She loved to call and reach out to people in the area and just to surprise everybody. So as we're sitting on these pillows in front of the fireplace and hanging out and having dinner, then music would show up. And then friends used to say, you guys should do this. Well, it's always kind of been in the back of my head a long, long time ago. And then the opportunity came about. I was the managing partner of a restaurant concept here in Orlando called Graffiti Junction.
Oh, okay.
The original one over in Thornton Park, and brought in on board. And my friends over there asked, "What you think about the space over here that's at 337 Shine?" I'm like, man, that's magical. If I had the money, I'd do something with it. Well, one of them were thinking, I want to do something. So they came in, they bought. Used to be Bravissimo, was a 12-year spot. 4 different owners, great Italian lineage in terms of food and tradition and what they did for the neighborhood in Orlando. Beautiful. They took it over, created something a little bit different, but after about 9 months said, we just want to do graffitis right now. We do, yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it. We do. And we had already we'd opened 2 or 3 more on that, and I got it and and that's where they wanted to focus. So they said, hey, but we're going to put the place up for sale. It would be wrong if we didn't talk to you first. Mm-hmm. Therein began that, and that very morning was a crazy day because even that very day she had said to me, honey, how long are you going to keep doing this? This isn't what you really like to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I was very blessed, feel very fortunate to be able to make the living and do what I did with Graffiti Junction. And I loved the vibe and getting into able to thrive and make all it come alive in the colonial town. But it really wasn't my background.
Well, I knew he wanted to do his own thing. And when you're putting in... Oh, sorry. I knew he wanted to do his own thing. And when you're putting in, 60, 70 hours a week for somebody else, it kind of upsets the wife.
Okay, fair.
Well, a wee bit.
A fair and valid statement right there.
It is. But at the same time, coming out of a recession, though, we got to pay the bill. We're doing our thing. We're paying our bills. We're moving forward, that kind of thing. So it was funny because she and I had just that discussion that morning when the opportunity was posed to me. Hey, you want to do this? Really? I call her up. She goes, honey, that's like your dream place. You used to work there. I was a waiter here for years in the midst of a lot of things. I waited tables. When I managed my wine team, I sold all the wine that was here in the location for quite some time. Intimate knowledge and connectivity to the space was already in place.
So like there was a history, like an embedded
already
history
there.
To this location.
So it seemed like this is really going to happen. Is that it? Yep. Is that what we're hearing from the universe, and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be the spot. So I said, hey, baby, why don't you do that rain dance? I'll put a prayer in the sky. Let's see what happens. And
Truth should be told, he does the rain dances.
Actually, I do.
Not me.
Nowadays. But 3 hours later, walking around the place, and all of a sudden I hear, hey, Kurt, and I look over, and there's a guy that I hadn't seen in a while, and he says, hey, man, you got a second? Sure. I walk over to the bar. Graffiti, you have a beautiful big open bar in the middle of a dining room, and he says, hey, Kurt, remember when you used to be a server over at Bravissimo, and you were able to get a spaghetti dinner for my kid, and even though there weren't kids' meals there, and you always made my wife feel great, and you always made my guests and my partners feel like rock stars. We like what's going on over there, and we like what's going on over here for you, but is there any chance we could get you back over there? That was 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours.
After I was asked, hey, man, we're going to sell that place. You want to do it? But you only got 72 hours to get it figured out.
Holy
And
crap.
then that morning we talked about he needed to do something.
So then that's what we're saying, and then 3 hours later, this happens. I'm like, what? I said, Howard, you're not messing with me. He looks at the guy, he goes, what do you need? And I told him, he goes, why don't you come see me and the boys at the firm? Come see us in 48 hours.
Yeah, we had to put a presentation together really fast.
So, bro, you remember, like when we were all in school, and whether it was if it was high school, your final senior year in college, or getting your doctorate, it doesn't matter. You're putting together that last paper, and you're like cramming your brain. You're like going insane. Well, that was it for me for 48 hours. I'm like, okay, I got 48 hours to make this presentation.
Yeah, but no menu, no chef,
no nothing. Let's draw up the pipe dream. Let's go do it.
So you had 48 hours to come up with the concept of what we're standing in right now.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or presentation.
Yeah.
Of the perceived concept,
right.
Yes, yeah. So we did. We go in there and we start to have the meeting in the middle of the hall, and about 15 minutes into it, there's a knock on the door, and one of the partners, the founding partners, is like, "What's going on in here? Nobody ever interrupts our meetings in a conference room. No one knocks on the door." All of a sudden, the door opens. She walks through, and she goes, "Hi, boys. I'm Maxine," and she has a bottle of champagne.
And I'm dressed in a 1940s style outfit.
Now, I am gonna pause the story real quick because. As you've been talking, if you're watching on the live feed, Maxine and I have been diving into this little dish right here.
And I made a mistake. It is not crab cakes. It is fried green tomatoes.
I was gonna say, I'm
sorry.
As I'm cutting
the
into
whole crab cake process, and now we're not eating.
As I'm cutting into it, I'm like, where is the crab meat? There's something in the middle.
Because I didn't know.
But here's the thing, it's still delicious. So Kurt, tell us what Maxine and I and yourself are about to dive in. Diving in right now.
And for her, that comes as no shocker because she always says, I leave her, she has no idea what to expect, that I change my mind on a regular basis. And I do have crab cakes, and that'll be coming for us later on.
Yeah.
But really kind of what I saw and what was there. Yeah, obviously one of the greatest blessings of having a place like this is that when you come in, you walk into a kitchen and go, I'm a little bit hungry. Oh, that's right. I got some world-class chefs in my kitchen. What do they have in there? What's going on right now? Let's take it. Let's play. Let's have a little bit of fun. So, over the weekend we ran sweetbreads as a feature, old world classic. For those that really
when you say sweetbread, are you talking like what style of sweetbread? Because I'm thinking about the Mexican style sweetbread, Puerto Rican style, or like what specific style of sweetbread are you talking about?
Much more old school French sweetbread.
Oh,
old school.
Okay.
Going to be very clean, sautéed. There's about a four-part cooking process to it, which George does. So George Vogelbacher, our chef, turns 80 years old. What, in like a month or two?
Yep, a month.
Wow.
Yeah, Dining Hall of Fame chef. German-born, Swiss-raised, French-trained, came across the big pond to be the pastry chef at the Watergate
Good
Hotel
one, babe.
in D.C.
Yeah, no, true.
He can just play. He can flat out play.
He can do whatever he wants. Everything he makes is
and then
good.
he's got a crew back there that's a really beautiful mix of people from different culinary backgrounds and what they do. So in the case of today and what you're asking about this dish, and we were just talking about a little bit about sweetbread, is because they made this beautiful couscous, and I'm like, so there's a little of that left over. Okay, cool. I love couscous. And then was taking a look at those fried green tomato, or those fried tomato. They were actually green tomatoes. I made them the fried green tomatoes, and but with a panko Parmesan crust to be able to pop on this couscous, but add to the couscous a little bit of marsala. So we're gonna get a little bit of that sweet richness that's going on. A little shaved Parmesan. Drop that in. Do a little saute as we're doing around in the pan. We're gonna mix in some cherry tomatoes and some sun-dried tomatoes. I want that ripe old world bite of the sun-dried tomato, the brightness of the cherry tomatoes that are there, and then you got the fried green tomato on top. So it's like a tri-tomato medley or trio, and then just doing a little bit of lading of our jalapeno cilantro aioli.
I will say that it is a ballet, literally a ballet of flavor. This is an eloquent combination. Like I can taste literally every little thing that you had just said right there, as I'm putting it in my mouth. Like right now, I'm trying the baby tomato.
Yeah,
in case
a little cherry
anyone
tomato.
is listening and wondering, no, I do not cook.
And
I did years ago, but why do I have to now?
And so when we come in and we get to do something like this,
Yeah.
and I have a little bit of liberty. I love to cook. I've always loved to cook my whole life.
And
But
I
being
don't
able to go
love
in there and I get to see some different things that are there, and
Yeah.
hey, let's play, let's have some fun, and create something. So thought this would be a great little opening course for us tonight. And then we're having La Cole, the schoolhouse, Chenin Blanc, out of Yakima Valley in Washington.
And it is delicious. This is actually, so I will say this, on Friday evening, I went out with some colleagues, and we had a little bit too much to the point where I had to Uber home. And on Saturday afternoon, I was at the Embers Only event in downtown, and I had the privilege of being able to sample all these crazy, beautiful, amazing liqueurs that I just couldn't do it. Because, of course, my crazy ass was hungover. So this is actually my first taste of alcohol in the past 3-4 days.
Oh.
And this is delicious.
A Chenin Blanc's nice and crisp, clean.
Beautiful, clean. This is a quintessential favorite for me when it comes to doing things such as a lighter dish with the beautiful fried green tomatoes, the couscous tomatoes, everything popping about it. The acidity blends beautifully with the acidity in the wine, the vibrancy of the fruit and the minerality that's there. Salinity that comes out of this area. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of old school citrus, fossil kind of notes with it.
So
Just
it's literally
pops.
a chemistry that's going on right now with all the flavor.
It is.
And
It is.
I will say, like, this is delicious. Like, I'm not trying to kiss your ass. This is, honest to God, amazing couscous right now.
Well, when we first opened the restaurant, because I saw how tiny our kitchen was. It's really tiny, by the way. I said to my husband, "Oh my God, why don't we just stay an Italian restaurant, or we could even be like a Mexican restaurant? Let's just have the same 8 ingredients cooked like 15 different ways." And he gave me a look like, "Oh my God, did you just say that?" And then, because I was just trying to be efficient and trying to see what would be simple, and he was like, "No, we are not going to be like everybody else." And that is why our menu is so elaborate, and most chefs are shocked when they go back there to see what George Vogelbacher has created in that tiny little kitchen.
And that was literally going to be like my segue into the next question.
Okay.
Like, where did the inspiration for the menu itself? Because when I told you the first time I came here was the first night that we met, and the menu, just like the camera, blew me away.
We have a
Thank
ghost
you.
here, by the way. Everybody, yeah,
Let me fix that real quick. My
No,
apologies.
we do. There's a ghost in Maxine's. She's been here since the 50s, apparently.
You want to elaborate on that?
Well, we don't know her, obviously, but she apparently shows up and knocks things over all the time. Like my dishwasher gets crazy because she apparently likes to knock things off in the kitchen. We come in and photos are down. It's just weird. Like, things will be knocked over. There's no way.
Now,
they
this
should be
isn't
knocked
like
over.
every day, everybody.
No.
Okay.
All right, this isn't every week.
This usually happens when the
This is
restaurant's
every once in a while.
quiet. Like, she doesn't seem to bother anybody, like, when we're busy. But when it's just, like, alone, like, somebody's here alone, or, like, just now we're here.
Yeah.
Something could fall. Because she maybe want, and then we were told by a woman who does this for a living. She was here one night.
I feel like you're reading my mind because I'm about to ask you.
Yeah.
segue into a question
So
about. Yes,
we're
go for it. Go
talking,
for it. Yeah,
to
we're
this
talking.
woman, a friend, actually a woman that we know, and she had pearls, and they just went like this in midair, like they were being yanked off her, and they all went on the ground. And now we're like this. We're like, oh my god! And then she's like, like she's very matter of fact. She's like, oh, apparently there's a ghost in here that wants to talk to me. And we're like, what? And then so she goes, yeah, do you mind? Because we were getting ready
And
to
we did
close.
talk.
So we all stepped outside. We let her stay in here alone by herself for a little while. And then she calls us back in, and then she's like, oh, she's harmless. It's a woman who's been here since the 50s. She's in her 50s. She's very nice. She doesn't want anything bad to happen. She's not mean. She's stuck here. And when she's here, when somebody's by themselves and it's quiet, she wants to make herself known.
Okay.
But she's not mad at anybody. She's not an angry ghost, but she likes to just be mischievous.
Yeah. No, that's wild.
So apparently this is what we have.
And can I tell you that when she spoke of her and we were standing in the middle of the room, we all have those goosebump moments.
Oh, yeah.
But every one of the hairs on the arms on all of us
and it got
stood
cold,
up,
but there
and it
was
got
a
cold, and there was a
coldness that came
movement that just
through.
passed right through.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, I used to be a server here many moons ago, and I've seen a coffee cup just fly off the wall.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Holy
I saw
crap.
it. It
My
just went
cleaning
boom.
lady
I'm
hates
like,
it.
what is
'cause
that?
It apparently happens to her the most.
I love how we were about to dive into the complexities and the subtlety of the menu, and we're on goes. I love this conversation. This is amazing.
Okay, so the menu happened kind of like this. My husband wanted something elaborate, and then we had a discussion about, because I used to live and travel quite extensively in Europe, and so we had a conversation about like what are the kinds of foods that women like, but they won't cook at home. That's kind of was something that
There's a
stuck.
joke there, Kurt. There's a joke there, Kurt, that I'm just not. I can't do it in 2021.
So I said women love cream sauces, but it takes. All right, now stop. But they don't.
I didn't say wait for it because it was coming.
knew it.
Is this part of that 5-minute routine? I'm loving this. I'm loving this, Maxine.
We like cream sauces but they take those reduction sauces take 3 hours to make, and nobody's got that time anymore.
No, hell no.
You come home from work, it's a lot of or working all day or whatever, you're not going to make it. So I really wanted those. I was very particular about that. And then we looked around like all restaurants do. When you have a location, you see what's around you. Is there, who's selling what right next door.
Yeah, because you guys are in a pretty distinctive location because you're in a residential area.
Yes.
And I notice I don't really notice that much here in Orlando. Ooh, my apologies. Sorry. Even the dog was like, "Whoa, bro."
That was good. She did acknowledge, but she was off camera and acknowledged.
That's funny.
I know for a fact that in an Italian home, burping after a meal, that's a sign of like, "Yo, you are full,
That's
you
a
are good."
compliment.
Exactly.
Yes.
But we ain't there yet. Which, by the way, we're in the middle of this. So okay if I go?
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
And then I come back. Y'all
Yeah.
are on a flow. Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
So we'll segue from the menu itself because I do want to talk about the collective artwork that is all over
Oh, I know. I love
this
that artwork,
restaurant.
yeah.
And I got to give a shout out to a buddy of mine, my buddy Carlos Otero, who is an attorney here in Orlando, who bought he has this this portrait, this painting in his house, and I've always admired it. But never really asked him about, hey, where'd you get it from?
Right.
And then a few weeks ago, when I started talking about my experience here at Maxine's on Shine, he was like, "Oh, bro, the painting that I got, that one I'm like, yeah, I got that from Maxine's."
Oh, very cool.
And I look at it, and like, that screams Maxine's.
We have a world-class artist here. Her name is Panther Brunati with Panther's Gallery. She's been around for 35 years. She's the real deal. This is what she does for a living. She doesn't have a side job. This is it. She is a true artist.
Okay.
And she also designs and makes jewelry, which I'm wearing a necklace. I don't know if you can see this necklace. No, honey, you stay here. Wait. We have food coming for the dog. So you're being good. So, sorry, and I got a bracelet. But her art, now it's not in this room that we're sitting because chapel is in the back of the restaurant. This is our private art collection. We're not selling anything in this room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my stuff. And then out in the restaurant, we sell all of her art. But we like the sexy nude women in the restaurant because it's a way of keeping the children out. People, I would like to clear this up right away, Patricio.
By all means.
I have a bad reputation in town of not liking children. And I want to clear that up right now. I love children, just not on Friday and Saturday night in the restaurant. When a man is taking his wife out, or his girl, and she has children, and they spend good money on getting a babysitter, she buys a brand new pair of shoes, he's dropping $100, maybe more, with a nice bottle of wine and a wonderful dinner. The last thing, and I mean the last thing he wants, is for her to look over the room and see a little kid and go, "Oh, we could have brought Harry." And he goes, "No." No, that was probably not a great name to choose either. No, we don't want the children here. You know, we want people to know that, you know, they could come here on a Friday and Saturday night and they can have a date night.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to come at 5 o'clock or a Wednesday night with your children, that's fine. We love children.
Mm-hmm.
Children that eat. That's another thing. We're a very tiny restaurant. They cannot be taking up seats in the restaurant if they're not eating.
Okay. No, fair.
It's a thing.
No, it totally is.
We are not a children. We're a family place. We're a neighborhood place. But you gotta choose. You know, you come on Saturday and Sunday brunch. You'll find kids and dogs everywhere, but not Friday and Saturday nights. I just want to clear that up.
No, and I will say this. Look, I don't have kids.
Right.
My girlfriend does. My girlfriend
Right.
has 2 beautiful kids, and
I mean,
so in the meantime,
Right.
because we were kicked off from the live feed, I have my camera that's still broadcasting on the page itself.
are we still? Do people still hear us?
Yeah, people can still hear us because right now.
I'm chopping away.
So, do you want to give us a quick tour of the establishment itself?
Oh, absolutely. Well, all right. I just got the dog here. I wanted to give it the food.
Okay, no,
You can't leave a dog with food
fair and valid
on the table. But I can tie her up to something, but I don't have anything to tie her up to.
So, in the meantime, while
Yeah.
this is going on,
Okay.
I'm gonna try and fix the network.
Okay. Let me see where I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody leaves a dog unattended around food. You have the most nicest dog.
Let's see what happened because
All right, let me get my husband though.
Network
and
is
he can
back.
get it. Oh, it's back?
I'm gonna join in right now.
I know sometimes I yell at the internet and my husband will go, "Babe, it's going to fucking space. Give it a break." Oh, excuse me. I swear.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, for some reason the Maxine Sunshine network went down.
Oh dear. Is it back though? That's I don't know if that's something in our control or not.
Come on. You're giving me full signal. No, I don't want to join Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want me to go get my husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just in
pause the
wait.
recording real quick.
I'm not gonna tie her or anything because she could yank it, but
And
don't let her leave the room.
No, we'll send it.
Just gonna wait. Sit. Okay. Wait right here. I'll be right back.
Hey, no,
Hey, Kurt.
Hey guys, we apologize for the inconvenience. I don't know what the heck happened if you're watching us on the live stream. We're trying to figure this out so we can get this resolved.
People can still hear us, but there's no video feed.
Well, no, because like that one is off its own. That one's going off cellular data. But
so if you go to Office 5G,
oh, okay, we'll do that then.
I love we left Patricio with the dog.
And we'll be and we can type that in so we don't broadcast it on the web.
She's just so photogenic. Yes, we have to. We'll give her food soon. Honey, did you see this little Yoda here? I can't believe you're not talking about it. So are people still listening to us?
We are paused.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're paused.
Okay.
The stream, we have 2 people watching right now, I guess because of the whole debacle of us getting going down.
I would like to segue though quickly when we get a chance into the pate, the dog food menu,
Yes.
and get that order out of the way so I can feed her and put her down.
100%.
That's all we're. She's waiting for that. Get very patient.
And we appreciate your patience, baby girl.
She's just like, I know it's sitting right. Yeah, she's sleeping. She's like, I know it's right there. Yeah, so George created it. We're very excited. That's just the thing about, there's a, people have probably told you before, there's a complete difference between a cook and a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, we're so fortunate to have one of the greatest chefs.
again.
Is it working now, babe? Oh. I don't know how this doesn't drive me nuts. This would drive me nuts.
Oh no, I'm controlling my my panic. But what we can do is we can continue the recording.
Now Boris just texted me that everybody can still hear us.
Yeah, because
even though we're paused.
Yeah, because that broadcast is still going on.
Thank you, Boris. Because he knows I have a foul language. I mean, he's trying to stop me from swearing.
And right now, everyone's watching. Kurt working on the computer.
Oh my God, what's my dog doing to you? Look at this. Sit down. What are you doing? She's like in your lap. For those of you who cannot see, she has just left. She has jumped up into Patricio's lap. Oh my God. And she has decided to take over the conversation. All right, so I guess so people are listening. I guess we could.
Yeah, we can still talk.
I'll just talk. So.
And for some odd reason,
because you probably hear us talking about our dog, we decided to put a menu for dogs together, and we have 3 items. Oh, where are you going with it? Well, I have the pate for it that I'm about to talk about.
What we're gonna do?
Okay, apparently not.
Is we're gonna do it like this.
Okay.
So the camera can focus on us.
Let me take this. Here. All right.
And this is dedication. This is how the show just goes on.
Okay.
And let me sit right. Let's see how we can do this.
Okay.
And let me move that. It's fine. Everything that could go wrong on today's episode has gone wrong. But that's entertainment for you.
Come here, Lucinda. Lucinda.
There we go.
Try to get rid of this.
Okay, so we're back.
All right.
All right, we're gonna run it off the phone, which has never been my pristine idea of doing an interview with you, Maxine. I am so sorry for all this.
That's okay. Hey, I'm in the restaurant business. All hell breaks loose every day in my world.
Yeah.
This is nothing. We wake up every morning going, "What's it gonna be?"
No, and whenever I do a recording, I do my best to make sure the checklist is done. Everything is good to go. People can hear us through the phone right there.
Oh, it's all through the phone.
Yeah, it's all through the phone.
We don't even need this.
Yeah, we don't even need these. We can actually.
Should I ask Boris? Can you hear us? He texted me before. He's listening to the.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now
we have.
Now that's not good.
Now that's not good.
Yeah, we just spilled a glass of wine.
I'm gonna unplug that just to be safe.
It's just a few.
Just a tad. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me today?
And we haven't even really been drinking.
I know.
Yet. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, there's a.
Well, luckily
but I think we caught it pretty fast.
Yeah, we did.
Look. There's still a lot of wine in there.
Exactly.
So we caught it really quick.
So Boris is calling you right now.
Oh no. Hi.
Did you just call me?
Yeah. I was asking you how we look. Can you hear us?
Yes, and stay seating next to him.
Okay, you said keep it
The
together.
other way wasn't working.
All right, we got this.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Bye. This is my friend Boris. Thanks, honey. Bye.
So I'm just gonna close
our
this.
producer.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he says just keep us next to each other.
There we go.
He said we look good.
That looks great. So
Okay, I'm drinking.
And let me get my wine. If we're doing it like
we
that.
We really need to drink that. but wait a minute. We need to just, well, wait, we're just gonna cover the board. We're not using the board.
No,
right?
we're not using the board, and it's fine.
All right. So.
Luckily, there's a stimulus package coming, and if this thing got damaged, I've been wanting to get a new one. It's totally fine.
Right there.
It's fine, folks. It's totally fine. Oh, okay.
So,
the menu.
Okay. Want to talk about politics? We can just jump right in.
You know what? Hey, Maxine's on Shine. You got to come out. Let's talk about politics.
No, I'm joking. Everybody who knows me knows I love to talk about politics. So, but way to jump in. Okay, no, I'll go back to what you originally had asked. We're probably driving people crazy. So my husband gets me in the restaurant business, and I'm thinking, well, he's been managing restaurants for years, and he's had every position you can imagine, right? He's been a bartender, a busboy, a director of marketing for Manuel's on the 28th years ago. I mean, and then of course the partnership at Graffiti Junction. He's got so much experience. I'm thinking this is
gonna be a walk in the park. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he does. But being an owner, for all you people, by the way, when he made that comment about people would say, "Oh, you should have a restaurant because of the dinner parties we used to throw."
Yeah.
Don't do it. Okay? Listen to me. It is not what you think. You do not just have fun every night, because when you're the owner, you really have all the stress and you're working really hard. And, we have an expression, which most people do when they have their own company. Mm-hmm. We work 80 so we don't have to work 40 for somebody else. You do not want to be working 80. There was a point before we had the liquor license and we're not talking 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. We're talking 6 years.
That is a long time.
I was crying. I was very unhappy. But
did we get that?
What?
Yeah,
we're just using the phone.
We're gonna use the phone for the broadcast.
We're just all gonna hang together. So he would say to me every other Sunday, "It better be a good Sunday, or I won't be able to make payroll, and we're closed." And I'd be like, "Oh my God!" So I bet.
Well, I mean, that's a harsh reality for a lot of small businesses.
Right. And a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, if you could just make it to that 5th year." So when we were in year 2, and I was like, "Oh my God, we're never going to get to year 5." And then when we got to year 5 and it still wasn't happening, I was just like, I can't take it. Because I don't have that, he was a quarterback on a football team. I think there's something about when you play sports and you want to win.
Yeah, no. It's the drive for that W.
Yeah,
I get it.
My husband is strong. I am not. I'm very feminine, very girly. Like my husband calls me Petunia sometimes because I wilt easily in the sun. But I don't have that. I'm always like, okay, next. This is not working. Let's move to what's working.
So what kept you in the game? What was the thing that pushed you to keep going with this restaurant?
I think what it is you get to a place where, well, we had all our eggs in one basket. Mm-hmm. There really wasn't another choice for us. You know what I mean? Yeah, because there was that recession. So we opened in a recession, right?
Yeah.
In 2011, the recession was still lingering a little bit, which is probably what helped us get a good price for the restaurant. But but anyway, don't tell my husband I just said that. But it's too late. He'll probably watch this later. He says I talk too much, which I do. Anyway, I just like to tell people everything. But anyway, I think we just didn't really have another choice. This is what we were doing.
Yeah.
And he did not want to work for anybody else. He really didn't. And I actually did not want him to either. But the problem was we didn't have balance. I wanted just a little something for us, like alone time or some romance, but just all those years of just, it was this constant state of trying to stay alive and trying to stay open. And he was working every position. He was in the kitchen. He would be the dishwasher. He'd be the pantry chef. He was cooking on the line.
He was basically the utility man.
He was everything. He still can be if he needs to be. He can jump in there.
Well, no, that's actually how a lot of business owners have to be when it comes to their own business. You need to be able to do everything in case one person is not available to do what they've been hired to do.
Right. But he really, really loves this. I mean, he wakes up every morning and he wants to put a smile on someone's face.
Oh, definitely.
I wake up every morning and I just want him to put a smile on my face. But apparently for 6 years he was just like running out the door. And it's a good thing actually I was the logo. I would never have seen him if I wasn't here. So, and then when we would come and I would come here. Now, if you ever see like a review of a restaurant or a Zagat review, it's the food, it's service, and it's the vibe. So my husband's in charge. We have a chef, but so that's our food, and then he's making sure he runs the restaurant, so he's making sure all the servers are well trained because we like servers that are very knowledgeable. We don't like to hire kids. The kids that we do have, though, they started as hostesses and busboys, and they were with us 4 or 5 years before Kurt let them go on the floor as a server. So they're still young because they started at 16. So by 21, he lets them on the floor. Yeah. But that's young because he prefers.
But no, that's a great mentality to have because of the fact that you're.
But he trained them.
You're absorbing the foundation and the love and the passion that the owner has for the establishment.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
Oh yeah, and Kurt loves to, we are always, we are always saying to our servers, don't say I don't know, say I'll be right back. Let me check. Let me find that answer.
No, that's basic customer service right there.
Yeah, and of course, although things do happen, often. Like sometimes a customer is completely convinced that a server rolled their eyes at them, right? They'll be like, oh my god, and I'll be like, or one time we had somebody. They were upset because the server had to abruptly leave. And we saw this really horrible review. And then we were like, hey, you don't even know why. What if the server got sick? What if the server had a restraining order against an old boyfriend who walked in the door? Yeah. What if their dog died that morning?
There's so many factors that you just don't know.
But people are just so quick to make it all about them.
I was going to say, I remember that there was water here. They got moved, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
I put a straw in yours so you would know.
Oh, thank you so much.
When you get confused. But here's the tip, though. I know I'm bouncing around. I got a tip for ladies.
All right. What's the tip?
The tip is eat before you go to a restaurant. Do not save all your calories, okay? Just eat 100 calories so you could be sweet. Like when you're doing your hair and makeup, have a little crackers and cheese, maybe like a glass of wine, like the European women do. In Europe, women will be damned if they come across as hungry. No, baby. They don't want a man to think they're an animal. They're just, they're beautiful all the time. And they're just relaxed. But American women, they walk in, I'm starving.
Yeah.
Where I've been standing here 5 minutes.
You know
and
what?
I'm like, no, you have not.
Oh my God.
You're hungry.
No, you're absolutely right.
Women they always are saving the calories. And I'm always trying to say, stop it.
I will say this. You met my girlfriend. She's 100% German.
Yeah.
And from previous relationships, I get that. I totally get that. Where I've gone out with
she's probably not like that.
She is not like that.
Because she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She does not want to think who she's in.
No, when we were at the restaurant yesterday, I got me a plate. I was hungry.
Right.
She got a little petite, little appetizer, a little something small.
Because she's a lady.
She's a lady.
Yeah. She doesn't need you to see her wolfing down food because she's starving. But that's what I do try to tell more women in our country because they get that hangry.
Yeah.
And then they're always like having an argument with their husband in the car before they get to the restaurant. You can believe me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Know. Oh, when they come to the door, we see the look on the face. Another thing that people don't realize, I applaud servers so much. I admire them so much. I could never do it now. I did it many years ago, but no one ever thinks about when they're waiting on one table, they might be waiting on an elderly couple who's hard of hearing, and they're yelling at them. Mm-hmm. Then they turn right around, and the very next table is like a couple who's very romantic, and they're kissing, and they're like feeling like they're interrupting, what they're doing though is they're changing their personality within seconds. Mm-hmm. One table they're like, maybe someone is going through a divorce and they're discussing their divorce papers.
Yeah.
This happens a lot in restaurants, by the way. I don't know. Please, why do people go out to dinner to discuss their divorce? We never understand it because they're miserable. They hate everything we bring them. They're miserable. They're not very nice to the servers.
Mhm.
They leave and we think, oh my God, what's going on with them? Then when they come back, we're like, why are you here? You hate us. And they go, oh no, we were just discussing our divorce.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
It's no. As a server, yeah, no, that's absolutely
but
right.
Think about it. They have the personality of the angry couple that's bad or unhappy. Then they've got the person who's celebrating and is loud and boisterous. Then they've got the person who maybe just got a fender bender and they're just really bummed. Then you got somebody who's alone.
Yeah.
So all night long, boom, 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 personality. One they're bubbly with, the other they're demure with, another they're maybe playful with. And they got to do that all night long, again and again and again.
No, it gets tiring, and by the end of the night, you're oh boy.
Oh, that's part of one of my jokes, by the way. I don't know if you guys can hear this on this camera, but something just broke in the dining room, and I learned in the restaurant industry that everything breaks.
Oh yeah.
But what I don't understand is why are people so happy about it? When you're out to dinner and break something, a glass or a dinner, everybody goes, yay! And I go, $6, $4. I added up all night how much it's costing me. But everybody's so happy.
I don't understand exactly where that came from. But I just joined in with the applause because hey,
it is funny.
What bridge are we jumping off this weekend? It is what it is.
So I know we're jumping around.
No, we've been jumping around. We've had I think this episode wins in regards to the most technical difficulties that I've ever faced on a show. And I want to do you justice, Maxine, because of the fact that your reputation precedes you.
What's my reputation?
You're an amazing person. You have the reputation of running a beautiful establishment. You have the reputation of having great taste in art, because right now I am beyond myself with what I'm surrounded with.
We do have good taste.
Exactly. So,
and our food is excellent. We would not have it any other way.
I want to do you justice, and my apologies in which everything the way it turned out today turned out, because that this is not the chaos that I wanted to bring to Maxine. I swear to you.
That's what the name of your show is.
Exactly. The little bit of chaos, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to ask you from the bottom of my heart. I would love to do a redo down the road, because
really?
Yeah, because
you're not getting enough material.
Oh, I'm getting great. This is the part one of an amazing trilogy that is Maxine's, because today we found out the beginning of this restaurant.
Right.
We found out the foundation
that I didn't want to be in the restaurant business.
You did it.
I did it.
And
but you know what? He got me. I would, but this I just said.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So I will bounce back. This is like when it's talking, like when you talk to your mother, you're all over the place. So So by the 6th year is when we got our liquor license.
Okay.
But it took us 5 years to get, with the help of the city in Orange County, our commissioner Patty Sheehan, our mayor Dyer. I mean, I could name lots of names.
Hey, buddy.
It had to go to. Oh my Lord, she's watched the pate. Sorry, I'm yelling off camera at my dog. I'm trying to we're eventually coming to this too, by the way. If I could just give it to the dog, she'll be quiet.
You know what? Let's not get right. I'm gonna segue. What is on that damn plate?
Okay. So, because now everybody knows we have a dog.
Yeah.
I got a little crazy because I wanted immediately to have more dogs here, and I wanted to feed the dogs, and I wanted to make a little money. So, because we're always looking for sources of revenue,
of course,
because we're tiny.
It's business.
And so my chef came up with this pate. And what it is it's chicken and beef, and it's the end cuts of meats and steaks and various food items, meats. And he puts them through the grinder, and then we mince carrots and celery and broccoli, and we put it together, and then we wrap it in bacon, and then we bake it. No spices, everything in there. It's we looked it up, we checked with the vet. Everything is good for dogs to eat, and so we sell this on our menu.
That's awesome. So there is a part of the menu that is for the pets.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna presume, just by you saying that Maxine's on Shine is pet friendly.
Oh my God, yeah. We're probably more pet friendly than we are child friendly.
Oh my God.
Well, because dogs don't take up a seat. I know that's a terrible thing.
No.
I'm really letting it rip here.
And that was part of the conversation earlier, before the wine spilled and before the network went down, and everyone went to freaking hell.
I should explain. So most people don't know this, but you know when you go to a restaurant
and you see all those baby chairs. They're always stacked on top of each other. They're off in a corner by the bathrooms.
Yeah.
They always annoy me. But anyway, so we had the same problem here. We had a few. We didn't know where to put them or what to do with them. They were always in the way. And then I learned there are laws that you cannot tell a parent how to put your child into that, how to strap them in. Apparently, you're not allowed to tell a parent what to do in your own establishment.
There's a law?
Yeah, you need to look this up.
I need to look that up because that's insane.
Yeah. No, well, this is what I was told by the fire marshal.
Okay.
Who told me that I did not have to have those chairs, that it was a courtesy. So I put two and two together. I was like, okay. So I can't tell them how to put the child in, but if the child falls out, I'm liable.
Yeah.
But I don't have to have them if I don't want them. Got rid of those baby chairs. Just like that. I'm sorry. Look. You will not find one at Maxine's.
Like I was saying earlier, where a girlfriend and I went out to a certain location and we were with the daughter. When it's date night, we do go out to some restaurants where, we like to enjoy the comfort of each other's company. We enjoy the comfort of the environment, whether it's, soft music, live music, whatever's going on. We don't want that baby kicking the back of our seat, airplane thing.
Oh, God.
And nothing against kids. I love kids. I want kids. I'm working on it.
But, I would say most parents understand that.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah.
But occasionally, and then, of course, we do have to accept this now. We've been in business for 9 years. So a lot of our guests are regulars.
And if you've been in the business for 9 years, you're doing something right.
They've met here. They got married. They have children. And now they're kids. They want to keep coming here as that family grows.
Yeah, just not on Fridays and Saturdays.
Right. But exactly. I'm pretty clear. And my staff is so funny, though. They'll be like, there's the kids. The rest will be like, wait till next kids. No. And just because I'm also very specific of where the child has to sit.
Yes.
I always put the children, and this is where parents get mad at me. I like the children to be up against the wall so that when the waiter's going by with all the food, the children are just kind of, they're kids. They drop something, they're going to bend for it. They're not going to look around first to see if someone's coming with some hot soup.
Not at all. They're focused on the child and child.
Yeah,
And that's
or they just raise their hands, they laugh, they do things. I don't want them. People don't understand. We have to be very careful too. So here comes the girl. So we put them against the wall, but then I'll have dads be like, no, I sit against the wall. I put my kid where I want.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, well, this is my restaurant. You put that child where I want. And then it becomes like
y'all just want to measure something at this point.
And then my husband's like, let it go, honey, let it go. No, that reminds me of a funny story. So when we first opened Maxine's, this might be a little too much, I don't know, but it's chaos.
Let's do it.
We had a table of 20 men that like to dress like women, and not beautiful women. They had beards. They did not have gorgeous outfits. They were just like thrift store dresses. They were hitting on my waiters.
You do you, boo boo. You do you.
Right. They were hitting on my waitresses, but they were making me mad because they wanted to use the ladies' room. Because that was part of the fantasy. I spoke to a psychologist about this, by the way, because I got the true story about what goes on with this kind of thing.
Okay.
The fantasy is to dress up like a woman, go out to dinner, and use the ladies' room, the whole experience. They're getting off in there. I did not like this.
You don't want them getting off in your bathroom.
I stood in front of the ladies' room door like this, and I was like, no, just because I wear pants doesn't mean I go in the men's room. And my husband's behind the bar. He's washing glasses, he's waiting, he's pouring drinks, he's yelling at me, let him use the bathroom. And I'm like, no. So as you can tell, we do argue, my husband and I, a lot.
But it seems like a fun argument to have.
Well, we've learned the art of apologizing well. I think that's the key to a good relationship.
Oh, 100%.
You just have to say you're sorry.
Yeah.
That's really all most people want to hear.
You're absolutely right. And
sometimes you go, I'm sorry.
Like, even though you were wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you were wrong. All right. It's totally my fault that you messed up the entire evening, but it's my fault.
But apologizing well is important. It's
exactly.
very conducive to a good business.
Exactly. But
yes, of course, I will take you up on the part 2.
Yeah, because there are things that I do want to talk to you about, because I do want to rattle a few cages here and there. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But like when I said our first night talking, Boris and Ani were doing their German talk. Right. We were doing our American talk, and we were going into the hardcore politics.
Oh yeah.
And it's so hard to find people in this, especially in this day and age, that know what the hell they're talking about, because whether you're on social media, whether you're whatever style of internet you're using or platform you're using to get your voice heard, sometimes you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But right here, this person, Maxine, knows what the hell she's talking about. So I do want to dive into your mind and pick at the topic of politics.
State of affairs.
The current, oh my God, the crazy, chaotic current state of affairs that is politics.
Well, okay, let's go back. Let's just go back 20 years.
All right.
We'll start there, and I promise I will be quick.
Okay.
Everybody remembers.
She said it, not me. She said it.
When Gore didn't win. But we all remember we thought he won. Okay, so the Democrats were very, very upset because of that goddamn hanging Chad. Remember that?
I remember.
She was the supervisor of elections.
No, Catherine Harris was the state attorney. No, not the state attorney. The attorney general. No.
Attorney general.
The attorney general.
Okay.
The attorney general.
And it just so happened that the guy running against Gore's brother was the governor of Florida.
Yep, Mister.
I wonder if that had anything to do with anything.
Well, I mean, you got to see this. Jeb Bush had appointed Catherine Harris to her seat.
I remember.
A few years back. I mean, it is what it is.
And
but
any kindergarten teacher would tell you that if a child punches that hole, even if the hanging Chad.
Watch this. Did that just happen automatically? I mean, my finger imprinted there. I mean, it's indentation.
But it should have been accepted.
Yeah.
But it went all the way to the Supreme Court and it got thrown out.
And
now,
unfortunately, the Supreme Court.
You could have had millions and millions of people angry.
Mm.
And Gore could have went around saying it was stolen from him.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
No.
Because he respected the democracy and the system, and he knew that that it wasn't a win-win if he did that.
No, it's the fact that the office of the presidency of the United States is the most powerful seat in the land, and it comes with a certain level of respect. And I'm sorry, buddy, I got to say no to your phone call. There's decency. There's a certain level of respect. There's a certain character that you have to have as a president. And for him to drag the election on,
he didn't. I mean,
he dragged it to a certain extent, to the acceptable extent of the law.
The Supreme Court said no.
And well, it wasn't the Supreme. The Supreme Court allowed the recounting of the ballots throughout the state of Florida.
Yeah, but they
however,
the hanging Chad.
No. It was the state of Florida, and it was down to Catherine Harris at a certain date, translated by the Florida Constitution, that gave the Attorney General the power to sway at that point of.
I think it was like 549 votes.
It was
something like that, right?
It was around that number. It was around that number, and but a lot of the counties here in Florida did not do an actual manual recount. All they did was run the memory cards once again, which literally gave them the same number. They did not manually recount.
So Gore concedes.
Respectfully.
Making every one of the people that voted for him calm down.
Yeah.
Not like we ever forgot, though.
No, we didn't.
We did not forget. But we respect the democracy. We went on. We had George Bush for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yada. I don't want to get in there. But anyway, God, we so miss him now. Isn't that funny how we didn't like George? Well, I'm not everybody, but how some people didn't like him.
I miss Bush.
But then all of a sudden, in retrospect, But anyway,
you mean President Cheney?
Anyway, so fast forward. Now Trump, though, by not conceding.
How do we go from a Harvard law professor to the Angry Orange?
Well, because he had a television show for 9 years. He's an anomaly.
Yeah.
He had a television show, so he was in a lot of millions of people's homes for many years, living that dream. And, a lot of people vote for a dream. They don't really know if anything's going to happen, but they want something to happen.
Okay.
So they thought to themselves, well, he seems like a nice guy. But what they didn't understand was that was television.
There was a point with the propaganda that I did see through from Trump before he ran for president, where I was like, I like Trump, and I think that the apex of me liking Trump was WrestleMania when he clotheslined Vince McMahon.
Right.
It was crazy. It was wild.
He felt likable to a lot of them.
And then the Comedy Central roast of Donald Trump, which made him seem like a human being, where everyone just poked fun, everyone had their good time, and it made him seem relatable, but not relatable enough to run for president.
Yeah, well, and just to be clear, everybody, I'm a bleeding heart liberal. I'm just going to put it out there. I feed people. Republicans are the first people to call me when they're having a charity and they want me to donate to their event. And I always do, because I find that there's just a fine line between us. Democrats and Republicans are very, very similar. Sometimes it's just a few percentage points.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's like one issue here, maybe one issue there that separates us. But what I cannot for the life of me figure out is how 74 million Americans didn't see this guy was mean and rude and disrespectful. And I don't understand how that was lost amongst that group of people. But we're learning.
Yeah, oh no, we're learning.
We're learning that they actually didn't pay attention because they were told that they were, I think he was a brilliant marketer.
Oh yeah, no. I will say that like the Trump campaign,
and he had many years
was
to practice.
Brilliant when it came to the marketing.
And he convinced everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people that immediately that the news was fake.
Yeah.
So immediately he took a whole swath of Americans that never watched the news again unless he was speaking. So they only believed him.
Yeah.
And I know this from talking to a lot of people, because when I would say, but do you read the tweets? Have you ever read anything he's written or read anything he's written? And they're like, no, it's all fake news.
No, I will say this. I think it was, and let's close towards this.
Yeah.
It was John Mulaney. I don't know if you ever seen John Mulaney's
yes.
The Horse in the Hospital.
Yes, it's funny.
It is honestly a great interpretation of how the president was. I mean, during his term of office, when it came to his actions, his tweeting, his responses, his behavior, all summed up with a horse in a hospital. But
well, he definitely has people who admire him and love him.
He's got a following.
It's so funny though to me right now, this whole cancer culture that's going on.
Cancel.
They're just talking about Dr. Seuss, right? And then meanwhile, you've got the Democrats trying to pass a $1.9 trillion package, and they're complaining about 0.01% of $130 billion going to inmates, which, by the way, they voted on, and that was also in the CARES package.
Yes.
Every Republican voted on it. But not one Republican voted on this new America's package with a lot of the same stuff in it.
There are a lot
crazy.
of, once you break down the 600-page stimulus bill itself, it does disperse a lot of funds to a lot of questionable things. I'm just going to put it like that.
And so did the CARES package.
100%.
And so did every freaking package that ever gets
but at the same time, it's you have to think of it as this: the approach with throwing the stimulus package and throwing this Corona relief package is to stimulate the economy, is to get things going.
And you know what I do? One of the things I do here at the restaurant is I walk around, I talk to all the tables.
Mm-hmm.
That's my job.
You do.
So, and I do talk about politics too with my people, my guests.
Yeah.
And I discovered we do live in a blue bubble here in Orlando. I would say if I just
that is the kindest way of describing it.
If I had to guess off the top of my head, I would say 80% of the people that I speak with are really happy right now, and they love and you know what's really fascinating to me, which I really love. There's a big generational shift going on right now that I'm really proud to see our young people. Young people have the choice of purchasing the same things, two identical products, but one product is going to donate some of their money to a cause, and one product will not. They always go to the one that a percentage will be donated. And that's that young generation. Those are we're talking 20, 35-year-olds.
No, it's the woke generation that
Yeah.
I would love to talk to you about that more in depth with you.
Really, but isn't that nice?
It really is. It really is.
Good. And they're not upset about, like, a lot of older. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody thinks, oh, Maxine, you should be, a Republican because you should care about your money and you should be a capitalist. Who says I'm not a capitalist? Who says I don't care about my money? It's just that
that's one thing that upsets me in social media, because the term capitalist and socialist gets thrown out like it's the,
don't even get me started. Socialism. Come on, people. If you don't like socialism, then give up your phone right now. Because who do you think put those satellites in the sky? Do you think Google put them up there? No, the government put them up there with taxpayer dollar money. And Social Security, public schools. I mean, my God, the whole military is a social program. It drives me crazy.
And people don't understand.
They don't get it.
No, that's clearly.
We're going to be socialist. No, we're not. We're still going to be capitalist.
Thrown out like it's a bad thing.
It's
But
helping others is horrible.
no, don't help others. Don't help others.
Everything your mother and father taught
You know, there's
you.
a
Don't
book.
do
There's
it.
a book out there that says to help thy neighbor. Really? Really? I'm just throwing it out there. That's just me. That's just me.
But I mean, and also I think there's certain things you should fight for, right?
Mhm.
But there's certain, and there's just certain things that you don't fight for. Like, I'm not gonna fight this whole tax thing. I mean, yes, of course, I would love to pay less taxes. Who would? But you know what? I would not have a business if I did not have those roads out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a business if I didn't have electricity coming to my business.
Exactly.
The Wi-Fi, even though it went out. That's not my fault. That's the damn satellites in the sky.
Thanks, Obama.
But I'm just, damn it. But I'm just saying. I mean, we have to have that infrastructure to have a business, and I pay tax dollars so that everybody around me is happy. I mean, my husband and I, and we'll talk about this on another show because it's more in depth. But when the COVID hit, and we realized that we were only a takeout restaurant for 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We and everybody was tipping incredibly generous.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Everybody. I mean, I have to tell you, thank God, thank everyone out there. I really appreciate everyone out there that tipped so generously, because you kept a lot of restaurants open. You kept a lot of people being able to pay their bills, because before we were even able to get any PPP money,
mm-hmm.
it was the people that lived in our neighborhood and the people that came to the restaurant that were giving those tips that was helping everybody pay their bills.
Yes.
Because you couldn't get unemployment, you couldn't get PPP, all that didn't happen right away. So we were very, okay.
This is how we close out the evening.
Okay.
Oh my God. So Kurt, tell us what we have.
I'll be right back. You can't completely close out and let it. Yes.
Yeah. Oh no. Of course.
And then we'll do a part 2.
Exactly. There we go.
Because I need to give him time.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. And let me grab my utensils from over
we do have
here.
a crab. All right, so we have a crab cake and we have sea bass.
Oh.
Honey, what about the pate for Lucinda? Damn, I'm trying to get rid of this pate. Here, give it closer. Looks pretty good.
That looks delicious for a dog right there.
And we need to give this to the dog too.
Yeah.
Can you get her in here?
Nope.
Oh, she's tied up?
No, she's all tied up.
Oh, we'll get her. She's busy. All right.
So Kurt, tell us what we have in front of us right now.
So this is actually, to me, a bit of a minimalist dish.
Yeah.
And though it's all about just.
I'm gonna bring the camera.
People like to get really shishi fa-fa and all the things that they're doing. And for me, in this case, I just want to let the flavors kind of speak through, but layer them appropriately with complementary accoutrements. Yeah. Ooh. So on the bottom, and as we're taking a look here, it's kind of hard because I can't tilt sheets like I normally would. Yeah. Right. There you go. Good tilt and sheet there. Thank you, brother. Yeah, mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. So on the bottom, just taking a beautiful medley of fresh green beans, red onion, a little bit of carrot, red bell pepper. Going to mix that together. Just a light amount of chablis that's in with that, and then want to finish it off with a spinach artichoke cream sauce. It's complementary flavors, stay within the same family, the same line. So you get spinach, artichokes going on. They're complementing other vegetables that are just cooked in a different form and coming together. So that's your nice base. Then on that's going to be halibut. Mm-hmm. We're blessed, man. We get some really beautiful fish that comes in. And
halibut.
Yeah. Sorry. And we're having Chef George back there and all the years that he's had and being able to see stuff that's out there. See stuff.
See what you did there.
Every once in a while, it just flows like that. Anyway, so spring holiday. So this halibut, absolutely beautiful. For those of you that haven't had halibut out there, think about the beautiful world of flounder meats, like a really big slice of fresh grouper, all comprised into one fish. Ooh. So you get that delicateness of the flounder, yet the firm body of grouper, and it is just absolutely beautiful, clean fish, halibut. And this one that I believe that we're getting, I believe what we just got in was from off the coast of Alaska. I'm pretty sure on that. So I'm not finished with the dish. So I took that and I poached it. So I poached that in a little bit of a sherry sauce and then finished it off with a little bit of a Blanco or silver tequila because I like to smoke. I like to smoke. I like the spice that drops off of that, and it's just a quick brightness to add to the flavor of the fish. Topped off with the Key West crab cake, over which we said, hey, with the season, all the flavors that we got going on, fall, spring, everything comes together, little pumpkin spice, great. So
it's very yummy. So, Eastern time, we're going to do a part 2.
because of all the chaos that happened today.
Any closing words, and then that you'd like? Because I know I've been doing all the talking, but you should probably talk a little bit about.
Real quick, I got to throw in some words real quick because I'm not a fish guy. I'm really not. But this, the sauce on top of this is making this so juicy and tender and delicious that like I'm enjoying this right now.
Oh my God!
Delicious.
And what I'm making today is not exactly what you would be having here when they're cooking. I'm cooking and having fun and playing, but the idea is there's a great deal of attention to what's in front of us in each day, an opportunity, and making sure that when you come in to come see us, you can count on consistency. That when you get that Chilean sea bass, or you get that halibut, or you get that trout, that lobster ravioli, that we're dialing it in the same way. Because as you were asking, my lady, if there's anything else that I'd throw out there, it's all about the tensions away. It's about having good times. Most of the life coming to Maxine's and saying, you want to wine, you want to find some kind time, whether it be with one you love, doesn't matter all the way, as long as everything in your mind and your heart rains down from above. Right here, heartfelt, that's where it's felt. Right here at Maxine's, MAXINES on Shine. And we look forward to having you in here sometime very soon. Cheers.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. Oh my God, seriously.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We look forward to part 2 with a side of chaos.
Yes, no,
maybe not so much.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. No side of chaos next time.
That's what happens. As my wife said, it's the restaurant business. It
really
happens all the time.
It really is.
Cheers.
But we're gonna end it right there, guys, and we will. I will throw out the information once we're back up on going for part 2. Thank you for joining us. As always, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Live every day to the fullest, but always do it with a side of chaos and a side of this beautiful dish right here. Later.